Hey everybody. I just wanted to preface this video by making some quick announcements here. So, MagFest 2018 took place at the National Harbor, which is right across the bay from Washington D.C. In fact, you can see like the outer fringe of Washington D.C. from across the river. So basically MagFest is all about video gaming and music. So it's sort of like a blend between video gaming and music festival combined into one. All right, so I did not buy a badge this year. I really personally frown upon ghosting conventions. In fact, I never do it. This is perhaps quite possibly the only time I have ever ghosted a convention, and I would like to apologize for that. But yeah, I could not substantiate paying like $85 for a day's experience, especially given the fact that I was only there for Saturday and not for Thursday or Friday. I worked. So, it was very important that I make the extra money and put in my hours. So, but I didn't sneak into any panels or borrow anyone's badges or go into the dealer's room. I basically just went around and socialized and enjoyed the sights and sounds as they were. And I recorded some, footage. So hopefully I'll have some time off next year that I can actually attend MagFest and enjoy it in its proper form. But yeah, so something that was interesting is I actually saw Christine Chandler. I'm not sure if you all know who Chris Chan is. He was an internet sensation at one point in time. Um, a very interesting case of a child transitioning into a man child and being associated, I should say, with trolling. Yeah, he's really big on the 4chan community, and Encyclopedia Dramatica loves him um, because he turned out to be an epic lolcow. But they look like they're doing a lot better these days. I mean, not amazingly, of course, but they look like they're doing pretty all right for themselves. So I wish them all the best. But yeah, um, if you don't know who if you don't know who Chris Shen is, he's the creator of Sonichu, and he did a long webcomic, and he he's certainly done a lot for the internet community. So I know that he was a brony, or she, or they. I'm just gonna call them they. Um, I know that they've been going to DashCon, not DashCon. What's the BronyCon? BronyCon, yeah. BronyCon's another con that I have never been to, but it takes place local to me at Baltimore. So I know that they've gone to that one. I saw allusions to that on Twitter. But yeah, the reason I'm making like something of a big deal out of it is because they're one of those semi-legendary figures that you never expect to see in person, but then they are. Hopefully, I get to see Sean Spicer this year because he's another legendary character that I have never seen at a con like a convention. But people have told me that he was at Katsucon toting a Zaku outfit from Mobile Suit Gundam. So hopefully, I get to see him up close and get his picture and autograph. But yeah. So basically, this video right here is a combination video, combining all the sights and sounds on the con floor with some improv interviews and some other odds and ends. I'm going to try to cut it down into separate videos, like, combining the whole compilation. But this is going to be like the combined package. I still need to do that with Otakon 2017's footage. But yeah, one of my New Year's resolutions is within a week of going to a convention, I will try to have the video out and ready for the general public to view and try to have it somewhat in a completed form. So, a little bit better than just stringing all the footage together and then posting it online. I'll at least try to put some effort into altering things or adding some pictures to make it a little more interesting. But yeah, this is going to be a long video, so I'm just giving you forewarning right here, right now. So if you want to watch this all from start to finish, some scenes cut out very prematurely because I was either interrupted or because something more interesting was going on. So yeah, I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next video. Enjoy the video, guys. Hey, what is up, you guys? This is Tujo Panda, recording on my way to MagFest 2018. It is colder than a witch's tit outside. I do believe we are in the teens, possibly going into the single digits. Thankfully, the sun is out, so it's not too bad. This National Harbor, pretty much like separate partition from the rest of the area. It's almost like its own little island. And generally speaking, I've had nothing but fond memories of this place. Basically because of Katsucon, which is an anime convention. But usually what would happen is it would like run back to back between Katsucon and MagFest. And it was kind of hard for most people to make the circuit because, you know, conventions are typically pretty expensive as they are. And with one so close to one another, it's a lot of money spending on like the fucking Gaylord or even one of these overflow hotels. But yeah. So as far as MagFest goes, this is more centered on music and gaming rather than anime.
Be proud.
Hopefully my fingers don't get frostbite.
He's like out. It's funny because my
Pardon me. Excuse me? Furries at my MagFest? Oh, no, no, no. You get back in the trash can where you belong, sir. A better one. They shut the escalators off.
Oh, we like your Zarya bag, man. Thanks, bro.
about these guys. You know, he almost looks like an Enclave officer to me. So, excuse me, Mr. Officer, sir. How does it feel to be part of an evil organization that's basically an empire in the sky that wants to obliterate half the galaxy for no discernible reason?
That's rebellion propaganda. We are a legitimately established government. Emperor Palpatine used to be the Chancellor, and in order to protect us all from the Separatists, he turned us into a militaristic regime.
But, I mean, you guys look kind of evil to me. Like, I'm going to step back here really... Yeah, I don't know. Like,
it's a military uniform. It's just a standard military uniform.
Just a standard military uniform.
Standard military uniform.
All right. So, I can't help but notice that you kind of killed Luke Skywalker's aunt and uncle. Care to comment on that?
That was a regrettable action. They resisted arrest.
So you had to kill him. You couldn't just, like, I don't know, knock the guy down.
That was a government contractor, a Mandalorian by the name of Boba Fett.
Oh.
He's been known to have a reputation to, shall we say, go a little bit overboard. He is no longer working for the Empire.
All right. Is he going to face possible arrest or investigation?
We are pending bringing him up on charges. That all boils down to Lord Vader's will.
Okay. Well, this guy seems convincing enough. I can just put all my worries aside and, like, rest assured that the Empire is looking out for my best interests.
We are indeed. Remember, the evil rebellion, they are the enemies of peace, they are terrorist scum, and they must be brought to justice.
Hoorah! Probably going to wait till later to actually make some commentary, but just walking around with a camera talking to yourself seems kind of creepy to me. LineCon 2018. I'm loving it. Pardon me. Excuse me. Ask about my research. Yeah, are you a legitimate scientist? Oh, okay. By free stuff, I mean free information. Oh, excuse me.
There's a little conversation, otherwise I wouldn't take it.
I just want to take a picture. I jumped from the...
I hadn't had that like.
If not, I'm going to be very disappointed.
One person. You make it the ballot. No one has to.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Whew. Oh, they're just playing Mega Man together.
Solar Blazer Redemonstrator, let's see. Remember what his is? Not like Warscape at all. Wow, yeah, okay. Because a lot of their weaknesses represent their weaknesses in their own original games. Right. Like, Dave Palmer's weak to Crystal Eye, and Renoir Striker kind of resembles Crystal Eye. And he's out of here.
They're really derpy and I love it.
Sure, go get dragged out of here. Get out of here.
Oh god, no. Well, he recorded you.
Honestly, I just like the fact that they were like setting up some sort of a living room setup on stage. You know what they say about furries at video game conventions? You don't belong here. I'm gonna have to take you back to the trash can where you belong. Yeah, that's right. Nah, that wouldn't be bad. Hi, Kazu. What's going on?
Asian apprentice.
Asian apprentice? Wait. Thankfully, I didn't catch his face. That would be ruining the magic. Let's see who this guy is. He's a beagle dog. Would you like to be my next dog meet? It might involve you getting shot, but it'll be okay. I promise.
That's great armor.
The guy playing the... Alright, so present at this convention, we have somebody that is truly legendary. I mean, his prestige is showcased by this briefcase full of money. So, this fine spokesperson from EA, I can't help but ask, how does it feel raking money out of people? Well, at what point is enough money enough?
It's never enough. We always need more money and profits to further our goals.
But you have a briefcase full of money. That's more than I can say for myself, sir.
Well, this is just what I need for contracts and acquisitions while I'm here. Don't pay no mind to the cash flowing outside of it.
Oh.
Beautiful cash.
Okay. So
Yes.
I can't help but ask, how do you feel about microtransactions and the whole debacle about gamers? And they didn't really appreciate, you shoving your hand in your face and saying, "Hey, you want this stormtrooper to look a little different from the other stormtroopers? Okay, pay us $5, $10, $10."
Well, again, most of those can actually be purchased through in-game grinding. We just offer some players a way to bypass the long grind for some of our games and to get exactly what they want immediately as a service to them. It's a good service we provide, I promise.
All right. So how does it feel basically charging the same thing? Well, basically releasing the same game over and over and over again. Like, I think I've seen at least 20 NFL games. And basically charging slightly a bit more every time you release one.
As I recall, Bethesda has done this quite a few times as well, and they're loved. I don't see why I'm hated so much when I give the same content that they provide over and over again. Except mine evolves with players and stats, and theirs is just a port. I don't see it. I just don't see that.
This is a valid point. Are you by any chance so a man of your stature? Are you by any chance friends with Todd Howard?
Todd Howard. He took a few lessons from our corporate playbook. Some things that I recommend him do to extend his portfolio and investment opportunities. I think he's making good headway, and I wish him all the best of luck in his business ventures.
Yeah, I started playing Fallout 4, and he basically asked me to pay $50 for a mod that I could get for free.
Well, for free in what context? It's not checked by our security, or it doesn't pass quality control. I mean, would you want your kids to play a faulty mod that could cause some type of irreparable harm or damage to them? No. That's why you let us do quality control first, to make sure your content is safe and secure.
So I should pay you all of my money to ensure that quality control is ensured and that my kids don't suffer any repercussions.
Absolutely, there is no price on safety for your children.
Okay, I will sign you my next paycheck. here we have free cosplay repair, provided graciously by MagFest staff. The cosplayer seems distraught. His sword has been broken in the heat of battle. And all he needs is a shot of some instant super glue that might get him through the rest of this con. There seems to be technical difficulties, however.
We're good.
Notice how she expertly applies the super glue. And here's some epoxy spray. Just seal it all in. There we go.
That's fine.
But no, I have to say, I really appreciate MagFest staff looking out for the cosplayers. While the physical deformities might be present on the prop itself, it will be serviceable for the rest of this con. With satisfaction, the cosplayer seems settled. So here we have Dr. Wily, and I remember him as like a scientific genius with that holodisc I read last time, because anything can go on. So, Dr. Wily, there's this guy in like blue armor who's basically obliterating like half of your bases and like all of your forces. What's your solution against this unstoppable force?
Well, I have a couple robots I've built, and I call them the Robot Masters. Unfortunately, this guy I call Mega Man, he keeps getting past them, and he keeps actually stealing parts from my robots and just making himself stronger. It's really aggravating.
So wait, why don't you start making some crappy robots? Like you take the parts from the crappy robots, try to use them, and become like Crap Man.
That's a good idea.
Of course, you could do what like Dr. Robotnik started doing. I talked to him a while back. Basically, his solution to Sonic the Hedgehog was he was going to keep making crappy robots that eventually Sonic will realize how meaningless his life is, just destroying robots, and he'll get depressed and stop doing it after a while.
It's a good idea. I might have to try that. Maybe I'll call that one X2.
So wait, what are you trying to achieve with like world domination, or is it just like?
A long time ago, this guy named Dr. Light, he just happened to say that I was just not good enough to be doing what I'm doing, so I just take offense to that, and if I rule the world, then he'll have to say that I did good.
Oh, so that's your solution.
Yes.
You're going to take over to prove a point.
Yes.
Well, I mean, people have done like a lot worse for a lot less, so I guess I can't really fault you for that.
At heart, I'm a good guy.
Okay. I'm going to cut you off real quick here. I remember I played Mega Man X, and I remember your robots are kind of destroying the city.
Well, yeah, you have to destroy to rebuild.
Well, that's true. I guess I can't really argue with that logic.
I don't like to call it destroy, it's demolition.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I didn't see anybody getting hurt. They moved away, but just buildings getting destroyed. Well, demolished, quote unquote.
Demolished to pave the way for a new era.
All right, so I would just like to say this is the Vault Dweller talking with Dr. Wily. He's just misunderstood. Give him a chance. Just hear him out.
I'm a good guy.
All right. So, I couldn't help but notice that this lady was walking by, and attached to her dress were bags of money. Would you care to comment on that?
I am cosplaying my Animal Crossing inventory, and I
Oh.
have to say my life motto is more bells, more problems.
So wait, can you help me pay my mortgage now, please?
I can't help you pay your mortgage because I'm too busy paying my own mortgage. Tom Nook is a criminal.
Tom Nook is a criminal. I have a theory. Like,
What's your theory?
Tom Nook. That name sounds. Oh, I get it. Donald Trump's spirit animal. Clearly.
He's absolutely Donald Trump's spirit animal. I think my theory is that I think that Tom Nook is teaming up with all the jellyfish to send them after me when I'm just trying to catch sea urchins, and all it gives me is kelp. That's all
Kelp.
I ever get.
So you're doing all this work, busting your
All
butt.
this work, and all I get is kelp.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't played Animal
Barnacles.
Crossing since like the GameCube one and then the DS one, and a lot has changed since then. See, what I remember is I showed up into town and Tom Nook was just like, "Oh,
Tom Nook's a criminal.
yeah, this is your life savings? Well, that's not enough. You're gonna have to work for me from now on."
Tom Nook is the 1%.
The 1%.
That's
So,
Tom
so wait, like your other deadbeat neighbors, they don't seem to do anything to
All
help.
they do is ask me. All they do is drop their shit on the ground, and I have to return their lost items to them.
Do they?
That's all I do as mayor. They're always very grateful when I give them their lost items, but I'm like, okay, so stop dropping your mittens.
Well, being grateful doesn't really pay the bills now, does it?
Doesn't pay the bills. I've got Tom Nook asking me for more bells all the time.
So what you're describing to me sounds like extortion.
Listen, I think the Animal Crossing universe is a lot darker than some people might think.
So would you say like Tom Nook might be a mob boss?
I think he definitely could be.
Maybe
Someone's got to be financing this.
maybe you need to get into contact with the FBI or something
Yeah.
because
I'll let Isabel know about that.
yeah, well, I don't know. Elizabeth might be on the take. Have you
That's very
considered
true.
that? I don't know.
She could be the real power behind this whole thing.
Oh, that just reminds me of Zootopia, like that one lady. What's her face?
Bellwether.
Bellwether. Yeah, she.
Isabel's totally Bellwether.
All right, so we're cracking some pretty serious conspiracy theories right here.
We're gonna bust this thing wide open. I have a feeling.
Well, I got a contact in the Fallout universe that's right going to be on this
All
case.
right, sounds good.
Her name's Piper. She works in Good Neighbor. Well, no, wait, Diamond City. Pardon me. She writes a little publication down there. She will definitely investigate Tom Nook for his mob connections.
Thank you.
And
I appreciate it.
Isabel seems so nice.
She seems so nice, but she also does all of my job for me. So I think
And-
she's the one pulling the strings.
If you look into her cold, dead eyes,
Yeah.
there's only the desire for
There's only
cash.
a desire for power. I think that's Isabel wants the power. Tom Nook wants the bells. Isabel wants the power.
That's a very
That's
good
my
theory. We're going to work on that.
All right.
Sorry about that. I got a bit distracted by a friend of mine. Well, more like a friend of a friend, but sad. But yeah, basically I've been stopping and just talking to random cosplayers for sort of improv interview sort of gig. I don't know, it's been kind of interesting so far. Practicing my improv. Mostly I just want to showcase what makes MagFest MagFest. So what was always kind of cool about the Gaylord was that there was sort of like a small village in the center of the place. And as you can see, this is a pretty massive hotel.
Don't do that ever again.
One year for Katsucon, I sat in one of the balconies. I actually set up my cot and I slept on the balcony. And I actually don't think I was supposed to be doing that because there's stories later about some guy that they and when I say they, I mean con staff and security went into his room and were just like, hey, you can't be sleeping on the balcony, but I did anyway because I had an inflatable mattress and cot, so yeah. Maybe I shouldn't be admitting to that on camera.
in the Commonwealth.
Pardon me.
Oh, that's me.
Occasionally there's going to be meats here. I can only imagine what the rent would be on one of these tiny buildings. They kept winking at me.
It's the letter J.
Wait, that means I'm by myself.
And single-use plastic. Okay. Tells me everything I need to know. Oh, hey, what's going on?
People do, but if you ever play the
I always did like some dog. Yeah. That is just rocky.
It's really annoying to see people like
Alright, so I'm going to admit, I'm probably not going to get a badge because the only time that I managed to get here was on a Saturday. I can't really substantiate paying like $100+ or $85 even for, you know, less than a day's enjoyment. So I'm just going to go showcase you some footage as I record, being awkwardly looked at by random passerby. Yeah, you can truly appreciate how big this place just happens to be. I'm really glad that MagFest and KatsuCon both take place here at the Gaylord. As far as criticisms for the Gaylord, the prices are a little bit beyond my paycheck. For instance, I remember a freaking egg sandwich being like 25 bucks. Who the hell made that sandwich? Wolfgang Puck? Is Gordon Ramsay making guest appearances in the bathroom? What is going on here? Oh, that's pretty cool. Just dancing with this giant headdress in your head.
hell yeah.
Alright, so with the open doors, you can sort of catch a glimpse of, whoa, what the bloody hell is this? I thought they were pizza boxes at first. So this is where you go to register if you really wanted to do that, but I ain't doing that right now. Maybe later. a theory that it's so frigid outside. Not many people decide to show up today. And the Snorlax is still here? I guess he's not moving anywhere fast, but he just does this like form. Truly is the face that says it all. I just had to.
Jesus!
Oh, yes.
Hey.
Look on.
A small little township inside of the building here. So I'm imagining it's like colder than a witch's tit outside. I might actually run to the nearest building and get a cup of coffee. Because if anybody knows me, I love my coffee.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember. Because of your hair.
So technically, this is actually the first floor with like the overlook balcony up there where all the cosplayers go. This being the front door.
I keep seeing on like passes, like you always have to run when we see you.
So typically speaking, when you're in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, the rule of law has since collapsed, and typically speaking, you know, law and order doesn't really matter so much anymore. However, people still need to negotiate and arbitrate and things like that. So we have a fine attorney here today. You might know him. His name is Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. So, like, obviously our worlds differ very dramatically. I mean, my world is basically an irradiated hellhole. You're from the real world. If you were to come into my world, could you see yourself as being employed sustainably?
I'd say so. I've been in some weird situations. I've been in witch trials.
Witch trials?
Yeah. Witch trials. That's canonical.
So you would still offer your services as you would in the real world to people?
Absolutely. I gotta get the bills paid.
So for instance, like, if I wanted to be a raider, just hypothetically speaking, and I hypothetically shot somebody, you could sort of like, you know, patch things over with River City Security and tell them, hey, he was there, but that doesn't mean he did it. You'd basically cast reasonable doubt if I paid you just enough caps.
Just make sure that I don't know any information about you doing bad, and I'll believe you.
Oh, okay, so that's how the legal system works.
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe.
There's been the dark age of the law.
Okay. I mean, that's a very good way to describe it because, without law and order, for instance, we went to Megaton or Rivet City, the law and order between the two would differ very, very dramatically. Like, for instance, I think Rivet City's got they got a city council. So you would have to be arbitrating issues with them versus Megaton, where it's basically just a dusty old sheriff in a Western style town.
Dusty old sheriff.
Well, have you seen the guy? He's coated in dust. He's like the Walmart greeter of that town. But he also shoots people for being bad people. So don't get on his bad side.
Okay, noted.
So what would be your opinion? How would you, if somebody wanted to hurt you, go after you because you didn't say something that they wanted to hear or anything like that? How would you get around that?
Hey, I'm just trying to put the truth out there. Okay.
So
if they don't like it, then
if someone's pointing a gun at you, would you just yell objection at them and they'd have to stop? Well, there you have it, folks. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney.
Are you a Minuteman?
So, I can't help but notice there was this other guy that looks kind of like me. He's got a vault suit like I do, and I'm admiring all of his accoutrements. He seems to be a Fallout dude like me, except I'm seeing a 111. I don't remember a 111 vault. So, wait, would you say that the Vault 111 is a good place to raise your kids?
I would say it's absolutely a good place to raise your kids. The best part about it is they'll put them in stasis until they're 18 and mature enough to interact with them.
Well, wait, if they're sealed until they're 18, they're not really developing as they're being frozen. They're basically being stagnated. So what do you have to say about that personal development?
Well, that's what the life support's for. It matures them.
I see somebody behind you.
Bitch!
Wait. Piper, come back.
Vince McGee.
I have to talk to you for a second.
Questions.
All right. So
What
are
is
you
this?
It's a Robco video camcorder. All right.
Oh, I see.
So please ignore all of the Sony Xperia insignia on the side. That company doesn't exist in this universe. This is slightly off topic. I was talking to somebody that comes from a world called Animal Crossing. We have some allegations of a particular Tom Nook that's engaged in some sort of mortgage fraud scheme. I was hoping that you can get in on that because this sounds like a solid scoop for you. I mean, he's taking in more caps than he's giving out,
That sounds a little shady.
Yeah, that sounds like your mayor.
That's don't get me started on McDonough.
Yeah, that guy's an asshole.
Yeah, he is. He's had it coming for a long time.
But I really appreciate you coming over here and, making some commentary.
Anything for the press.
It might take 3 months for me to hike all the way back to, the West Coast, and
That's a long way from here.
Yeah, but I'm very dedicated.
Seen the winter like us.
Yeah.
That was the appropriate face.
Well, that's not winter. That's a nuclear winter.
It's a nuclear winter wonderland.
So you're being irradiated as you're walking in it. Isn't that great?
Right away.
Anyway, bye, Piper. Thanks for coming over. But yeah, so tell me what you're all about.
Caps and caps and caps. One of these pouches has caps in it, but I don't remember what. That was 3 buff outs ago.
I guess I'm gonna have to pickpocket. I mean, check your inventory.
Girl, don't try it.
So we got this standard issue laser rifle.
It is. It's actually the Righteous Authority. It's a Minuteman rifle.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
And we got the Minuteman hat, because I'm a true Minuteman general, as you might guess.
So what are your opinions about the Brotherhood of Steel?
Bitches.
What?
Little shitheads.
What?
I mean, if they're gonna protect the Commonwealth, that's one thing, but stay out my ground.
Hey.
Hi, Nicola!
Hi.
Oh, wow.
How you doing?
Very good.
It's like we're having a little bit of a Fallout get-together over here. How are you doing? I've seen you on a couple of advertisements.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, making my rounds, making sure people are staying hydrated.
Yeah, I mean, I always wake up every morning with 3 Nuka-Colas by my bedside. Haven't killed me yet.
36 hours?
Like 360 hours, but hey, someone has to quilt denim into a
I hate to
bodysuit,
ask.
right?
Would you put the helmet on real quick for the camera? Oh boy, that's Nuka-Cola I remember.
I feel this, it's real rust. I grew real rust in the gun. Actually, all the armor is this.
And here we have one of the Legion's finest. One of the, I forget what their titles are.
Praetorian Guard.
Oh, you're the Praetorian Guard.
Yes.
And I see that you've got pretty strong words. I mean, I remember what you guys did in Nipton, and I rolled in, and I thought that one guy that you greet in the city was like responsible for all that, but no, turns out he won the lottery. Tell me about the lottery. It sounds very fun.
Lottery?
Yeah.
Well, first, we have to talk about Woolpace and Coulton and the Frumentari. Those fancy bastards walking around thinking they can just dress up in suits and go to the Vegas Strip and pretend to gamble, while us honest legionaries go out there and risk our lives every day to protect Kaisar.
I really hope Kaisar pays you well.
He pays us in honor.
That's it?
Yes,
But-
and it is worth it.
Well, whenever I kill you guys, I mean, find you asleep on the ground and pilfer for yourself. Oh, I didn't mean that. Whenever I find little coins on the ground, Legion deniers.
Denarius.
Denarius, yeah, there you go.
Denarii, plural.
Well, I'm a little rusty on my Latin, so you're gonna have to forgive me. But yeah.
Don't worry, you'll end up in a slave collar someday soon.
What? I don't want to do that. That doesn't sound fun. So wait. Let me get this straight. If I join Caesar's Legion, does that mean I get to be a totally awesome badass killer? Do I get a sword?
If you want one.
Well, like, what are the recruitment conditions of joining the Caesar's Legion?
Healthy man, dedication to Mars and Kaisar, hatred of the profligates and excess.
Because I've been sort of thinking about the NCR, and I'm going to be honest with you, politics has this weird way of infecting things, you know?
And that's why we do not deal with such trifles.
Yeah, I mean, you know what it is. Pardon me, I think that's a spy. I tell you what, it's one of the degenerates I've seen. You're going to deal with him, right?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Many collars for many people.
Alright, so I'm going to say that your methodology is a little bit extreme, but you know, I'm an open-minded person, and like, I can be dedicated to a cause if it's worth my while. Right now, I'm chasing the guy that shot me in the head. But after I deal with that, I'll definitely consider the Caesar's Legion.
We'll string him up on a cross for you.
Oh, that sounds awesome. Okay, if you do that, I'll definitely join the Caesar's Legion.
True to Kaisar.
True to Kaisar. Alright, so here we have a man who needs no introduction, but I'm going to say it anyway. Paul in Miami. I love it. We have Jack, although his real name might be Richard. Alright, so I just got one question. Is 50 Blessings paying you by any chance? Like, are you getting money from this? Oh, so is this like purely out of the goodness of your own heart? Like, you really just want to hurt people? Guy, keep it quiet. Well, you know, Russian mobsters, you're doing quite a bit for the community here. I mean, like, nobody likes Russian mobsters. They always, like, extort people. They want a little bit too much of the cut. You're sort of putting them in line. So, you know, personally, I'm all about what you're doing for the community. But, you know, seriously, I have to say, you're not getting much benefit out of this. Like, 50 Blessings isn't, like, providing you a retirement plan or, like, money or monetary investment. They're basically just, you know, threatening you with veiled comments about, you know, you don't do what we tell you, bad things could happen. Oh well, I'm rooting for you, Jacket. Alright, so some time has has passed since I come back from coffee, and as you can tell, there are a lot more people walking around.
Yo, Cartman.
Actually, let's go that way. surprised that my Pip-Boy is still alive. Bags. No bags. So I don't know if you can tell from the footage here, but that is all ice. Like leading from the coastline into the water. As far as the Ferris wheel goes, it's a local landmark. Yeah, the fucking bay is like almost frozen over. It's not quite as bad as like Katsukan, but
A human being. Hey, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. All right. You want to have people like yeah.
ah, there's the problem. Open mic. Okay. You know, I too like the sound of cats drowning in boiling water. Alright, so some time has has passed since I come back from coffee. And as you can tell, there are a lot more people walking around.
Yo, Cartman.
Actually, let's go that way. Said truth or dare.
I'm just gonna go to
Alright, I'm just really curious about what that is at the end of this corridor. So, we're gonna go over there. I'm also surprised that my Pip-Boy is still alive. Bags. No bags. coastline into the water. As far as the Ferris wheel goes, it's a local landmark. Yeah, the fucking bay is like almost frozen over. It's not quite as bad as like Katsukan, but There's the problem. Open mic. Okay. You know, I too like the sound of cats drowning in boiling water. So one of my favorite things about the convention space here was the simple fact that there was so much ambiance, you know? And the fact that there are scantily clad women in cosplay. Always a good time. Speaking of which, so the Gaylord looks pretty ritzy. I mean, looking at that, like the architecture and stuff. Still overpriced. I mean, someone was basically saying how 4 nights stay here would be like $1,200. Split 4 ways, it's not too bad for a convention, but I still wouldn't want to pay it if I live like 30 minutes away. It's like every time I leave and come back, there's some more Pokemon here. I came over here for dancing Pokemon. I demand to see some dancing emerging from what appears to be a machine. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. She's coming after me. Well, I never watched The Ring, so I wouldn't know. Uh-oh. A girl came out of a flat screen TV that wasn't so flat screen.
Do you mind if I upload it to Instagram?
Well, I guess it's like a hermit crab returning to its home and carrying it on its back. I never really understood the popularity of like this convention of furries. Chun-Li. They turn around, there appears to be some sort of a lightsaber battle. I think this guy's bigger than his. Man, only the exciting stuff happened tonight. Oh, that's kind of cool. Looks like a witch, but she's got like special wings, stuff like that. foul on my part.
Oh my god, catches are so good.
Notice that as far as escalators go, there's only one on the other side. And everything looks so much better at night. Huh. Looks interesting. Based on that cross breeze, it feels like it's gotten 10 degrees colder. Let's go up the escalator again. That was right good salt. Let's go to a place I haven't been to yet. So if you go left, that's basically the balcony where you get to look over whatever's happening as far as cosplay goes. Usually where people go for photo shoots. If you hang a right, then you get to look around at like panel rooms.
Excuse me, if I was an Uber driver and you need a lift, would you get in the car?
I wonder if Ego Raptor came this year. Probably not. So wait, I see an angry chef man with a knife. Oh, he's supposed to be Pyramid Head. He's the food Pyramid Head. Almost has a dreamlike quality at night. Like, if I had a girlfriend, and if she was like a cosplayer type, I would definitely bring her here for a romantic evening under the stars. And by stars, I mean imaginary stars. Let's take a wander, shall we? know, I think one year at Gatsucon, they had like a wedding here. Like a fake wedding, obviously. Or it might have been real, I don't know. The gazebo certainly looked nice. Sorry, I was distracted by that tiger.
See, I think it kind of works because, like, the big build.
Is there some sort of rehearsal going on downstairs? Start singing. We'd all be able to actually hear it if I was down there, but... Oh, wait. We'll come back.
It's a horrible idea.
Excuse me. Oh wow! They closed down this entire area. Oh wow! Kind of surprised. Huh? I wonder why they did that. I mean, it's effective crowd control, I suppose, but still, like, I'm kind of surprised that they shut off this entire area, like cordoned it off. All right. Well. So they're not going that way. So here we have Barry Burton. He's part of the STARS Rescue, well, STARS Special Weapons I don't know the acronym. Maybe you can help me out, Barry.
STARS Tactical and Rescue Services?
You know what? But I'm just going to look at your back real quick. Okay, so according to his flak vest, I'm assuming it's body armor, STARS Special Tactics and Rescue Service. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
So now that we got that squared away, did you take acting courses after the first game by any chance?
No. It's all natural.
Because, like, I really like the whole Jill sandwich, like, line. That's, like, my favorite.
I came up with that.
You came up with that?
Yeah.
You sort of, like, ad-libbed it, right?
Absolutely.
Like, the people were telling you, hey, we want you to say this. And you're just like, you know.
Just roll with it.
Yeah, just roll with it. And that's why, like, when it came out for GameCube, the graphics and gameplay were a lot better, but the voice acting was just unfortunate, you know? It didn't have that spirit, that special something.
True.
Like, I really was missing the whole, when like, you know, the sort of, like, stone column was coming down. I was hoping Barry Burton would come and just be like, you're almost a Jill sandwich. In fact, you know what? I am totally not making this up. That's my ringtone right now. They made a remix of that song, like Jill Sandwich, and it's like a beatbox version of that.
That's pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah. And like, it's like 5 minutes long. It's great. It's like solid gold. But I would just like to say, as far as the Resident Evil community, you've done a great service, pal.
Thank you very much.
So, how's it been working for STARS? Like, how's it affected you?
It was very, very stressful. That's why I had to go away for a while, and eventually I had a wife and a kid of my own, and then I was crazy enough to go back, but it was all because of my kid.
Well, I noticed that, like, for a while, you appeared in the first game, you were mentioned in a couple of other games, but you didn't really have a major part. I mean, like, what was up with that? Did Capcom say anything to you?
No, I guess I was just too impulsive to them. I guess they didn't like I guess, as you would say, my acting ability.
So they didn't appreciate that special something that you brought to the table?
No.
Well, I will just have you know, your fans out there, you have loyal fans out there that appreciate what you did for Resident Evil 1.
Absolutely.
And we hope that you come back. We hope that your wife and child are doing well right now. We know that Umbrella is constantly sending monsters your way.
Oh, yeah.
But thankfully you've got, you know, pretty big pistol there. You look like you can handle yourself. Hope it all works out.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Oh no. The lady crawling out of the TV set is now assaulting random people. I tell you, it's almost like a hermit crab.
That's great. That's great.
It's almost like she doesn't have legs. So is this the Red Brigade, or who are these people? These weird people in red costumes walking in unison. It's kind of creeping me out, yo. Let's follow them and see what happens. I keep seeing Darth Vader. Alright, we're gonna have to put this saboteur follow on hold because it seems like this guy behind me knows me and he's trying to bug me. Ugh. I'm gonna flash a vision of his fursuit head. Don't scream. Ooh, that was a close one. So who are you people supposed to be? Are you like the Red Brigade? Yeah, you got like these red outfits going around, you got swords, you look like you're part of some faction.
No, we're the Ego Clan.
Oh, you're the Ego Clan, okay. Alright, I'm gonna cut this camera here real short. You know what I find interesting is that there appears to be some sort of a StarCraft tournament going on out there. As relayed through this TV screen, graciously posted to the wall. Let's look at the enter area. Yeah, just like a massive room, like a massive LAN party. And in some ways, I find that kind of cool, but kind of sad. Well, let's see what this girl has to say.
It's like a lifeline, and I receive prayer, and then I feel awesome. And I didn't discover this until I was like 34. And that's kind of late. I wish I discovered it when I was most of y'all's age. Because life is short, and you should live it feeling
and the
awesome.
Great Gospel.
And when you have cool friends who know how to pray the love of God over you, because that's what God is, He's love, and He just wants to love you. When you have
God
friends
just
like
wants to
that,
love you.
life's challenges.
Okay. Walking away. Walking away. Well, that was interesting. Thanks, pal. Oh man, this is much more happening than it was earlier. I'm sure that's supposed to be a donut, like, you know, donut balloon, but it looks like a pile of shit. taken on balloon form. From a distance, anyway. Now it's starting to look a little better. Now this is more my speed than what they were doing earlier. Half the crowd is like actually jumping to this, and the other half is like, yeah, whatever. I'm going to run this till the battery runs out. Hopefully it doesn't corrupt the footage.
didn't know me and they singing every word like they was at the karaoke hall. Now I didn't talk about it. I'll be back to Canada. Shining bright and bright. Bija, bija, ha, ha, ha. Go, ha, ha, ha. Hello, bitches. Lights out, killing it some more. Bad bitches get down on the floor. Lights out, killing it some more. Bad bitches get down on the floor. Lights out, killing it some more. Bad bitches get down on the floor. Lights out, killing it some more. Bad bitches get down on the floor.
Okay, so I have just started playing Dark Souls, and what I remember is I started with Dark Souls 2. The opening cinematic was kind of weird because it looked like your wife was, her face was basically melting like a wax candle, and your baby died. And then this like old lady starts talking to me and saying, "You're cursed. You're gonna die. You're gonna become some hollowed entity that's trying to kill other people for their souls." So would you say that you've lived a hard life, sir?
I'd say I've lived more of a hard undeath than a hard life.
A hard undeath. Elaborate on that. What would you say a hard undeath? How'd that work? How's that working out for you?
Well, after I became undead, I was corralled to the Northern Asylum, where I went to fulfill the prophecy. Unfortunately, I died pretty quickly thereafter, and I was able to pass my prophecy on to the chosen undead.
Oh, okay. So what's your correlation between you and the guy that prays the sun all the time?
Oh, you're talking about Solaire.
Yeah.
There are rumors about him. He may be the estranged son of Gwyn, Lord of the Flame, but we don't know for sure.
I just
he may just be crazy.
He just may be crazy?
He might.
Look, all I know about the guy is he never changes his wardrobe like you do. And he's constantly praising the sun for some reason. And I'm assuming that's a healing thing. I don't know.
Oh, it's in reference to the god of the sun. He did make his own. He did make all his own armor, or his own tabard rather. So
oh, okay.
He does have some attachment to it.
All right, that makes more sense. So, anything that you want to say to the viewers back home in lovely, like, you know, the NCR, North Californian Republic, pardon me.
Well, we're on the wrong side of the coast for MagFest, but we have MagWest coming up, so enjoy.
Yeah. So in a rare change of circumstances, I am actually heading to a room party of sorts. These guys are having a reunion in the, in the hallway. Okay. So I am slightly inebriated, but I think I know the room I'm looking for, 15118, I believe. Yeah, the numbering system is weird. See, look, it's like 15200 something. For a hotel this size, you'd kind of take it for granted. Do I dare knock on this door? I think this is where I need to go. I'll be right back. And for some reason, we got these weird cube dogs and this Voltron looking guy. So we got this cube dog and we got Voltron. Yeah, that's wild. So I'm just admiring the cube head dog things. Oh, the Voltron cats. Okay, that makes a lot more sense to me now. But they look like cube dogs. I'm just like, we got this trio of cube dogs hanging out over here, and then you got Voltron.
It's a recent episode in season 4.
Oh, man, season 4's really gone downhill. I mean, I'm glad they're bringing back the 80s, but man, look at these cube heads. Anyway, thank you. is the kind of stuff I expect at Katsukai.
잠깐만 연락이 이제야 오는
Let's see. 8-bit jazz heroes. I'll listen to these guys for a minute. Oh yeah, sure. I think for the hour, this is a lot more appropriate. anything in the aftertime So I don't have a badge and I can't get in there, but this is a glimpse of what lies beyond the gate, as it were. It's kind of late. I don't think I'm going to be able to stick around so much longer, but there might be some interesting stuff going on tonight. I was hoping for some more room parties, but I don't know. I just don't have the connections this time around, I guess. Oh well. Maybe next time. It's a little loud, but I like the music.
So conventions are pretty noisy events as they are, and MagFest takes it to a whole new level, as you could probably see from that video. But no, I keep going to conventions because they inspire me to do more cosplay, and they inspire me to get better at costuming. So that's something to work on. All in all, seeing the nice contrast between con-goers themselves and the cosplayers that come out to these events, it's really great. That's one of the things I love, recording footage for. But yeah, I still feel kind of remiss that I didn't get a badge this year. Again, I had to work Thursday and Friday, and I wasn't planning on going Sunday, so I was only there for a square day. But yeah, I will definitely get a badge for Katsucon. I will definitely get a badge for MagFest next year. All in all, I would say that it was pretty good enjoyment for a day's worth of fun and activity. But yeah, I could have done so much more, I feel like. I know I keep saying that, but I really do feel that way. But yeah, as we get back to the swing of things, I will try to get my new setup up and running so I can keep making videos. Crank out slightly better looking videos. Gonna try to get back into the Amherst series and do a consistent run through again. And I got some convention footage that I need to collate and put together for your enjoyment. So that would be NekoCon and Otakon off the top of my head. So yeah, be on the lookout for those in the near future. I hope everyone had a good time this MagFest, and I will see you next video, guys and gals. Good night.